What would you do if everything that you have ever worked on was gone in a day? Because that's nearly what happened to 117 million Americans. You've definitely heard of that. The TikTok ban. The US government is banning the app because they suspect that the parent company, ByteDance, is stealing millions of data from its users, potentially doing something malicious with it. Last month, I made a video on why slap content is ruining YouTube. At the end of the video, I talked about TikTok, but we never really discussed why it's different from the rest of the apps. Comparing it to YouTube, the videos there are either in square or in vertical resolution. It's scrollable, and when you interact with the video, it will give you something similar. It's addictive, and it makes the person stay for as long as possible. If you take a look at the stitch feature, the duets feature, the repost, the comments, how you like a video from double tapping it, TikTok is built for discussions. It is the perfect app to follow trends and news because its algorithm is built on what people are interested at a specific time, forming a discussion within groups of people. It's why I also think TikTok is more genuine than YouTube, because even though it's a bunch of people talking to the camera for a minute, they're sharing their own opinion on what's currently happening with the audience. It's almost as if you are a part of this community. YouTube is different because it's a different platform in general. It's a library. You can see videos from 10 years ago that are still relevant to this day. Instagram Reels is also different. Even though it's kind of like TikTok, it's more toxic and it feels like you're laughing at the person, not with the person. Etymology Nerd and Yubol the Terrible talked about this. I highly suggest that you guys support them. This also explains why 45.7% of online memes nowadays came from TikTok, because it has created a unique environment for inclusivity and humor. You ever see those comments that starts with bro? People didn't just started saying that out of nowhere. It originated on TikTok from this guy. Every time he posts a meme, people would just call him bro and write something funny. In fact, majority of the latest internet slangs today came from TikTok. The word huzz comes from hose or baddie, riz comes from charisma, TS to dish or this. TikTok literally changed how we talk through humor. TikTok has helped the US economy so much that over 7 million American businesses was able to generate $15 billion in revenue in 2023 alone. And there's a lot more people that are in the creator program that could be homeless. In February of 2019, FTC released a 25-page document on TikTok and was faced a $5.7 million lawsuit for breaking the laws that was meant to protect kids. They had bad piracy practices, they didn't get the parents' permission, and they kept the data for too long. In November, the US government began their investigation on the app. So we can see that this has been going on for a while. Now, there's a lot of things to unpack from this website, but you can click the link in the description to see the full timeline for yourself. In 2020, India banned the app. Trump considered about banning the app but bans the US companies from making transactions on ByteDance for now, and TikTok sues the Trump administration for alleged violation. In 2021, Biden didn't ban TikTok. In 2022, TikTok migrated its data to US servers, specifically to Oracle. But people were still worried about the Chinese influence that was in the app. In 2023, the CEO, Mr. Shou, participated in a 6-hour congressional hearing trying to defend TikTok. I'm telling you, this fucker right here has to be racist. He was trying his best to make the CEO slip up by telling that he is Chinese, when he is Singaporean.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
And he just asked the dumbest questions of all time.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It's the grass green. It's the grass green. Of course it accesses the fucking Wi-Fi, bro. Every app does that, bro. Despite everything, Mr. CEO remained calm. In 2024, a bill to ban TikTok was proposed to the Congress. Biden signs the bill, Trump won the election and begged the Supreme Court not to do it, but they proceeded anyway. Yeah, so I wrote the script on the 18th. Trump just unbanned the app. The ban lasted for 14 hours, but still, everything I said was still true, alright? Now what's interesting is, this is all temporary. When Americans came back to the app, they started theorizing about Meta buying TikTok. They all said that Facebook has a TikTok account, and the bio of Mr. Shou's account no longer says CEO of TikTok. But this could simply be disproven by literally going to Wayback Machine. Facebook made their account years ago, and the bio has always been TikTok, not CEO of TikTok. However, Americans then started making videos about why the app is a bit different.
Taylor Swift has a song called The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. A lot of creators, including myself, have used this song to talk about DT because a lot of the things that he's done line up with the lyrics. If you try to search up The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived on TikTok, it changes almost all of the suggested to women. No one has ever even searched the smallest woman who ever lived because that song doesn't exist.
See, I don't understand why they're banning TikTok for security purposes. If the US government truly cared about the Americans, they should be focusing on protecting kids. They're literally ranked as the #1 country with the most school shootings in the world. Why are they not doing anything with this? They should focus on how vape is killing the future generations. They should focus on the wildfire in LA. Not this. And the US government is ran by some of the oldest people in the country that have no idea how the technology works. They're doing the exact opposite of what freedom is. If TikTok was truly showing information about the Chinese government to Americans, then that is free speech and knowledge. But the US government doesn't agree with that. They're trying to suppress TikTok because most of the apps we use nowadays are owned by American companies. So when they see something popular that is outside America, they'll ban it because they want to control what we consume nowadays. There are currently 6 countries that have banned the app. 7 if you count the US. The US is currently one of the most influential countries in the world, so if other countries sees this, including my country, the Philippines, they may actually begin the process of getting it banned. It sucks that I'm not even American, yet I'm mad about this shit. When people heard about the ban, they all moved to a Chinese app called Xiaohongshu or Redno, which is literally operated by a Chinese company. The government thinks TikTok is from China, so they ban it. Only for people to move on to an app that is actually from China. Duolingo saw a 216% of growth in American users trying to learn Chinese, thinking that they can learn the language in a day, and they took over the app. They invaded it. If they're really concerned about privacy, take a look at Facebook. Why do they need my political and religious beliefs? In what universe is this useful to them? What? If they're concerned about spies, then take a look at Google and YouTube. If they're concerned about the future, then ban OnlyFans. Sophie Rain made over $44 million because of gooners. There are minors that are wanting to be like her. But yeah, of course they can't ban it because it's owned by an American company and it's contributing to the economy.